What's going on, Beyond Health? This is Dr. Justin Curnutt, and today we're going to talk about detoxification and what are some ways to do it with supplementation. So, throughout the past few live podcasts and recorded podcasts, or YouTube, whatever you call these things, we have been talking about the Beyond Health model for health, okay? Which is that there's one true disease, which is cellular malfunction, okay? There's only one true disease, not 30,000 different things that can go wrong with us. Only one, cellular malfunction, meaning when our cells malfunction, we get disease, okay? Two causes, okay? Number one, we lack something, or number two, we have too much of something. So either a one, nutrient deficiency, or two, we have a toxicity. Okay, and so throughout the previous ones and over the next long while, obviously nutrient deficiency is where I specialize. What I love to talk about is all things nutrients, all things supplements, where we can get it naturally, how we can get it, how we can supplement with it. However, today we are going to go through detoxification. Now, over the past little while, I've been talking about why it's so important that we detoxify. And it's apparent, right? Everything, this world that we live in is a toxic environment. From our food, to our health products, to the air we breathe. Everything we're doing is toxic. Okay, every cell in our body also is doing about 1 trillion different processes a second. Okay, so every cell in our body is making energy every moment. Okay, and think of it like a car. Our cars emit pollution, right? Our cars emit CO2. It's a toxic byproduct. Okay, our cells do the same thing. As we produce energy, as we metabolize things, as we convert and grow and do things, our body, each cell of our body is pushing out a little bit of toxicity, okay? It's just due to reactions and things like that. So every single moment of the day we need to detox. I mean, from everything around us, okay? This is one reason why we brought on this amazing line of products here called Living Earth Naturals by Beyond Health, because we are very focused at the moment on bringing solutions to our toxic environment, okay? So, what vitamins and nutrients can you take, and what is the science proving, okay? Because that's what I'm all about, a scientifically backed proof, okay? Now, I've got some screens pulled up here, so someday when I figure out how to share this screen better, I will for sure start sharing this screen. But when talking about detoxifiers, okay, the first thing I actually want to go through is what is something that you can do that is natural, okay? What is the best food that you could be eating for detoxification, okay? And the answer is actually something called broccoli sprouts. Okay, broccoli sprouts. Now, broccoli sprouts is kind of a superfood. Okay, it's not necessarily it's not necessarily broccoli, right? It's called broccoli sprouts. Okay, and one of the key components of broccoli sprouts is a compound inside of it called sulforaphane. Okay. Sulforaphane. And broccoli sprouts that are specifically 5 to 6 days old contain 100 times more sulforaphane than the mature plant. So broccoli sprouts is probably one of the best things you can do according to science and research for detoxification. Okay, so sulforaphane is the number one science proven thing, which is broccoli sprouts. Okay, now right behind that is chlorella. Okay, chlorella, which is algae. Okay, that's kind of a harder one to eat per se, but you can get it in supplementation form. And number 3 is something called apopectin. Okay, so pectin. A little bit different than apples, but apopectin. Okay. So that's all I'm going to say with that. But now, on top of this, okay, the question is, why does broccoli sprouts work? Okay, because this is what all science looks at is, okay, great, broccoli sprouts works for detoxification. Now, how? Okay, one of the best ways that they've come to find is that it produces a substance called glutathione. Okay, glutathione. Now, when talking about glutathione and detoxification, we kind of have to talk about the liver, okay? The world we live in obviously is full of toxic exposures, and we've got to protect the liver as if our life depends on it, okay? Because it does. And why is because it's the hardest working organ inside of our body with regard to detoxification, okay? So it's the hardest working organ in the body. I should say it's one of the hardest working organs in the body because everything is working for our benefit, to be honest. But it's one of the hardest working organs in our body. It regulates an array of biological processes that are critical to our health. It deals with metabolism, deals with blood sugar, deals with plasma and cholesterol production. And specifically, the thing that it does the best, okay, that it's most known for, is the removal and breakdown of toxins in the blood. Okay, so liver disease, which is also called hepatic disease, are among the most serious threats that humans have. On most medications, there's black box warnings for liver damage, okay, for hepatic disease, for hepatic breakdown, okay, because every drug our body takes, that we take, our body has to metabolize it, and it typically goes through what's called the first pass metabolism, okay, so we take a drug, it goes through our liver to be metabolized into the proper form of what works for our body. So our liver both processes things as well as gets rid of things, okay? Now, I want to talk to you about N-acetylcysteine, okay? And N-acetylcysteine is a precursor of the amino acid L-cysteine, okay? And it acts as a super potent antioxidant. Now, while L-cysteine is found in foods like poultry, eggs, yogurt, sulfur-rich vegetables, NAC or NAC, we call it, can only be obtained in supplement form. Okay, NAC works by scavenging free radicals, especially oxygen radicals, making it a potentially powerful ally in the treatment of oxidative stress, which is a crucial factor in liver disease. Okay, so our body is always oxidizing. Okay, I've talked about this in previous podcasts. Our body is always oxidizing, and that means that we're always aging. We're always rusting. Oxidation is, for lack of a better word, rusting. Okay, if you have a brand new fence, after 10, 20, 30 years of being exposed to the elements, right, to air, to water, to rain, to sun, it oxidizes or rusts. Okay, now think about your body, right? Your body, is it more creaky than it used to be? Is it popping all the time? Is it, right? I know a lot of people that I counsel and consult always tell me, man, I feel like my body's rusting. I feel like it's making noises. And so N-acetylcysteine helps with that, the oxygen free radicals, and it's super powerful at reducing that, plus oxidative stress and all sorts of other things. Let me glance through my notes here to make sure I'm on track. Okay, now N-acetylcysteine, for those of you that don't know this, if you were to overdose on acetaminophen, on Tylenol, okay, then you would go to the hospital and they would administer the antidote to you called N-acetylcysteine, or NAC, okay? So a lot of people hear NAC or look at NAC if you were in the hospital, and they'd say, oh my gosh, this must be like a very powerful and potent antidote. And it is. But it's not a pharmaceutical antidote. It's a natural antidote that you can take in supplement form. Everybody could take this. And if it can protect your liver and help your body get rid of Tylenol or acetaminophen, then think of what else it can do for you, okay? N-acetylcysteine has demonstrated significant promise as a hepatoprotective substance, partly due to its ability to effectively block toxicity, okay? And what N-acetylcysteine does, N-acetylcysteine is a precursor to glutathione, okay? To glutathione. And let me just pull up my notes here. Glutathione is, well, and N-acetylcysteine is predominantly known as being scientifically backed and researched for the following, okay? It's an antioxidant. It's an anti-inflammatory agent. It's a neuroprotective agent. It's a hepatoprotective agent, again, meaning liver protecting, okay? Neuroprotective, the previous one, is essentially brain protective, okay? Antidepressive agent, okay? It's also researched and found to be proven beneficial for tumor necrosis factor, what we call TNF-alpha inhibitor, okay? It's known as an IL-6 downregulator, okay? So it's an inflammatory downregulator. Interleukin-6 is an inflammatory marker in our body, okay? And acetylcysteine is also known as an antiviral. It's also cardioprotective, meaning protects the heart. And acetylcysteine is known as a hypoglycemic agent, okay? It's been researched and shown to be a blood sugar lowering agent. Okay, it helps with immunomodulation, or it's an immunomodulator, meaning it helps regulate the immune system. Okay, it's an antibacterial agent. It's a chemoprotective agent, meaning it protects against chemotherapy. Okay, it's actually been shown to enhance the effect of chemotherapy. So if you're on chemotherapy, N-acetylcysteine or glutathione taken with it has been shown to maybe allow the chemo to target your cancer more effectively, okay? It almost unveils the right cells for chemo to target. Very cool. That research is absolutely amazing, okay? Another one is malondialdehyde. Malondialdehyde downregulation. Now, I don't even know what that is, to be honest, but it's here according to research. An anti-proliferative agent, meaning it reduces proliferation of cancer cells. It's an apoptotic agent, so it helps things to explode. Think of cancer cells, okay? When the body sees something that's wrong in a cell, it tells the cell, explode, go away, blow up, don't cause harm, okay? N-acetylcysteine helps the apoptotic process be more effective. Okay, it's renoprotective, meaning it protects the kidneys. And there's probably about, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's probably 5 or 6 other different ones. Cytoprotective, antifibrotic, anticholesterolemic agent, meaning it reduces cholesterol. So long story short, N-acetylcysteine is absolutely amazing. Now, N-acetylcysteine is a precursor to glutathione. Now, glutathione, let me pull up my notes here. Glutathione it's made in all cells throughout the body, okay? It's referred to as the master antioxidant, okay? Now, there's a fact, okay? So when 9/11 happened, okay, when the buildings collapsed in New York City, okay, the people that were most affected were people that were breathing in the dust, the junk that's in the air, okay? They were breathing in, walls and metal. They were breathing in all sorts of things that shouldn't be breathed in. And what ended up happening was people were dying so fast from toxic exposure, okay, through their lungs, most likely, probably through their skin as well, through absorption. And they were dying very fast. And the honestly, they couldn't find methods to bring people, like slow down the death. Does that make sense? So what they ended up doing was the National Institutes of Health, the governmental agencies that were in charge of it, said, we're opening up. We're basically giving everyone carte blanche to do whatever they want, kind of trial experiments, okay? Because there's a lot of things that we can't do because we got to go through like trials, right? Government trials, make sure it's safe for humans before we try things, okay? And that's good. That's good. But in cases like this where it's an emergency, they opened it up carte blanche and said, if you guys have any ideas, tell us, do it, implement it, let's do it, let's go. And so there was some scientists that had formulated the hypothesis to inject glutathione into the bloodstream of people. Okay, now they couldn't get approval to do it because, glutathione or N-acetylcysteine is just a natural substance, okay? Big Pharma doesn't care to research natural substances. They just don't care, right? There's no funding for it. And so they just never had the opportunity to do it. Now, when this happened, they stepped in and said, if people are dying due to toxic exposure to toxins, then we want to do this, okay? So the buildings fell, they got carte blanche, they started in basically IV infusions of glutathione to everyone that they could, for part of their wing, okay? Lots of other people were doing other things that were, whatever. But this proved to be amazing, to be very effective, okay? The people stopped dying immediately in their group and started recovering fast, okay? This is from firefighters to policemen to just normal people. And it's because it's referred to as the master antioxidant, okay? It's what N-acetylcysteine, okay? Your body needs amino acids in order to build certain structures in our body, okay? And it's also important for functioning of the immune system. So glutathione, in addition to being a master antioxidant, is important for functioning of the immune system and a critical regulator of detoxification in every cell of the body. Because glutathione levels are so important to these major body systems, it has become recognized as a key biomarker of life, of a healthy life, and of aging, okay? So glutathione is, again, composed of 3 amino acids, okay? So this is where you have to have amino acids in order to build the proper structures in our body, okay? So glutathione is composed of 3 amino acids, glutamate, cysteine, and glycine. So what is N-acetylcysteine? Okay, NAC, N-acetylcysteine, that's one of the key components, okay? Glycine is also another one, and glutamate. So glutathione's power as an antioxidant is due to its sulfhydryl group, okay? There's an SH group on the cysteine portion. This is getting into a little bit of science, and I apologize if you're not hanging in there, but just know that this SH group can be donated. It's a hydrogen proton from the sulfhydryl group, which neutralizes free radical damage. It essentially stops it from from causing harm in the body. Okay, so a substantial body of research links glutathione depletion with a greater incidence of many diseases and accelerated aging. For example, it has been reported that low plasma glutathione levels represents an increase in the risk for cardiovascular disease, diabetes, rheumatoid arthritis, and Alzheimer's disease. Okay? Now, glutathione levels have also been shown to parallel telomere length and telomerase activity. Now, I talked about this in the past a little bit, telomeres, but it's an important indicator of our lifespan. So if you don't mind me going into just a little bit of the research, basically telomeres have been compared to the little protective plastic tips on the ends of your shoelaces. So think of a shoelace, okay? A shoelace is long and it's got two protective tips on the ends of the shoelace to keep the shoelace from like fraying out, right? Telomeres are those protective caps, okay? So the shoelace is our DNA strand, and the telomeres are the caps that keep keep our DNA from like unraveling, okay, or fraying, okay. Think of that. So telomeres are repetitive sections of DNA at the end of a strain of DNA that protect chromosomes. Each time a cell divides, the telomeres shorten. Okay, low levels of glutathione are associated with an accelerated rate of telomere shortening. Both telomeres and glutathione are now recognized as biomarkers of aging. So if you guys have ever gone in and they tell you, you obviously have a physical age, how old you are, when is your birth date, but then you have what's called a biological age, okay? It's basically they look at your DNA, they look at the telomere length, and they tell you how old you are biologically, okay? I have a friend, true story, who's in his 30s, okay? Suffers from all sorts of chronic issues and diseases. He's only in his 30s, but his biological age is actually in the 60s or 70s. It's somewhere up there. So he basically internally, he's like a 60 or 70-year-old with a 30-year-old exterior, and he suffers badly. And so this is how they look at that, okay? Because glutathione levels may be potential markers of physiological and functional aging, okay? Glutathione depletion is also associated with progressive loss of mitochondrial function, okay? Which basically is your energy stores, okay? So a lot of people that have reduced amounts of energy, it could be a mitochondrial issue. So protecting mitochondria is absolutely important, and glutathione is known to protect mitochondria, okay? So in a human trial with elderly adults, it was reported that higher glutathione levels are associated with the lower incidence of illness and higher levels of self-perceived health. Okay, these studies suggest that glutathione levels may be a potent marker of physiological and functional age. Okay, so glutathione's antioxidant activity is especially important for systems in the body that have a high rate of metabolic activity, such as the immune system, such as the nervous system, such as the gastrointestinal system, and again, the liver. Okay, so glutathione it's also, in addition to all these things that I've said, is a key regulator of detoxification in all cells, but especially the liver. Okay, now glutathione regulates many important detoxification processes, including toxic metals such as mercury and cadmium. Okay, mercury and cadmium are the most associated toxins with reference to obesity, with reference to type 2 diabetes, and with reference to certain cancers as well. So that's really important. So glutathione regulates many important detoxification processes, including toxic metals such as mercury and cadmium. Okay, it also deals with reactive oxygen species, what we call ROSs, and a wide range of xenobiotics. Now, glutathione also gets depleted during the process of detoxification. So as we detox, okay, our body is depleting glutathione levels. So listen to this, okay? Most people, we commonly expose ourselves to certain things that glutathione is needed to detoxify, namely alcohol, artificial sweeteners such as aspartame or aspartame, depending on tomato, tobacco smoke, and commonly used analgesics such as acetaminophen, okay, Tylenol. So again, we expose ourselves to certain toxins, okay, certain things. I shouldn't call them toxins, even though they are. Alcohol is a poison. It's a toxin. Many people expose themselves to it, okay? Artificial sweeteners. People think they're doing themselves good by drinking zero, Coke Zero, or, the sugar-free, right? Zero carbohydrates inside of your soda, right? Or whatever. Okay, artificial sweeteners such as aspartame, okay, we expose ourselves to. It's a toxin, okay? Tobacco smoke is a toxin that we expose ourselves to. Or maybe we're around people that smoke, and so therefore we're exposed to it. okay, and also Tylenol. A lot of people use Tylenol. Our body uses glutathione to detoxify us from these things. Then, on top of that, we're exposed to other things like cadmium, like mercury, like smog, pollution, okay? In addition, every cell in our body is leaving CO2, right? Leaving emissions-ish. It's not leaving CO2, but it's leaving emissions, okay, from the trillions of actions that are happening every second, okay? Include into that we're eating bad things, okay? Our gut is getting destroyed by all of these things, right? We're exposing ourselves to BPAs and different toxic chemical soaps and shampoos, okay? We're just exposed to way too many toxins. So the glutathione levels in our body are rapidly depleting, which lead to aging more rapidly, which lead to all sorts of other things, right? Diabetes, weight gain, all sorts of the things that I told you N-acetylcysteine and glutathione both do. So it is pervasive. It is absolutely pervasive. So glutathione deficiency is associated with increased risks, like I was telling you, to chronic degenerative diseases, and increased glutathione levels are associated with better health and increased longevity. Okay, it's true. There is something that's being proven very rapidly called the glutathione deficiency hypothesis. Okay, it suggests that glutathione deficiency is a primary biochemical mechanism of aging that can be effectively modified by boosting glutathione levels. Consequently, it has been suggested that glutathione levels are effective and reliable biomarkers of aging. Thus, increasing glutathione levels is an effective, proactive step people can take to improve their health and increase their longevity, okay? That's according to a science paper that I just read from the very ending conclusion, okay, of the glutathione deficiency hypothesis. I'll post that in the notes underneath about where I found this. So, broccoli sprouts, which is sulforaphane, which increases glutathione levels in the body, okay? Also, N-acetylcysteine, which increases glutathione levels in our body, helps us because it's the master antioxidant, okay? So, what's the answer? Now, the answer is take a supplement, okay? Now, Beyond Health has one of the greatest forms of glutathione that I have seen and found, because we produce a very high quality of it, okay? So glutathione. Now, inside of this glutathione formula, okay, there are 4 things. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. Good, I can count. There's selenium, okay? Selenium is also a precursor to glutathione, okay? So selenium, there's glutathione, there's N-acetylcysteine. Now, again, N-acetylcysteine is like a delayed release glutathione, okay? You need the cysteine in order to create glutathione. Remember, I told you there's 3 parts that make glutathione, and that was, I'm trying to find my notes real quick, glutamate. Hold on, I've got my notes here somewhere. Anyways, glutamate, cysteine, and there was one more. Which, I got it right here. So, the 3 were glutamate, cysteine, and glycine, okay? So this has the N-acetylcysteine. Cysteine is one of the biggest ones that we lack. We just don't get it from our foods as properly as we should. Again, I told you it comes from eggs and different things, but our body doesn't properly convert it into the body, doesn't absorb it very well. Therefore, and it's actually been shown that gut bacteria are actually the things that create the cysteine, the N-acetylcysteine that our body needs to then produce glutathione levels. And because we're taking antibiotic-rich meats, because we're taking antibiotics, because we're eating GMO foods, which is kind of like an antibiotic, kind of a gut bomb is what GMOs kind of are, or pesticides are gut bombs. Okay, we're depleting the amount of bacteria in our gut that actually help us produce the N-acetylcysteine and glutathione. So that's kind of a reason why. So specifically, they found in the 1990s, they found a specific strain of lactobacillus called Lactobacillus fermentum, and that's actually been shown that as we lack that, we lack glutathione levels. So by having a high amount of that, you can increase the glutathione levels. So I've never necessarily seen that in a probiotic, but it's a lactobacillus strain, so that's good. Or we just take it, okay? So N-acetylcysteine converts to glutathione. So by having glutathione in this product, it's an immediate release master antioxidant, plus has the N-acetylcysteine, which converts to glutathione, which is like an extended release glutathione, and we've got something called alpha-lipoic acid in it. Again, this formulation, the glutathione formula, is absolutely phenomenal, top-notch. I would suggest everyone take it, because we live in such a toxic world. It's almost undeniable that everyone needs to be taking this, okay? As I said before, all the things that N-acetylcysteine or glutathione are good for. It's an antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, neuroprotective, hepatoprotective, antidepressive, TNF-alpha inhibitor. It's an IL-6 down regulator. It's an antiviral. It's cardioprotective. It's hypoglycemic. It's immunomodulatory, antibacterial agent, chemoprotective agent, okay? I could go on and on and on. But glutathione formula is the formula that you need to stay healthy, both heart and brain, as well as cholesterol and all sorts of other things, okay? Specifically with relation to toxins and toxic overload, okay? Something else, okay? The liver care formula, okay, that we carry is absolutely phenomenal. Again, when referring to detoxification, we need to focus on the liver. It is the organ, the detoxification organ. Okay, so some things inside of this that are absolutely phenomenal. Selenium, absolutely important. Okay, and it's in the best form. Okay, the form that's in glutathione is what's called L-selenomethionine. Okay, it is a chelated version, which is phenomenal. Okay, the one that's in here is also selenomethionine. Okay, also in it is L-cysteine. Okay, remember how the three things that we need is glutamate, cysteine, and glycine. Okay, so this has the cysteine in the N-acetylcysteine. It's got milk thistle, which helps detoxify our liver. Okay, it's got dandelion root, which also detoxifies both the liver and the kidneys. So that's actually a dual effect. It's got glycine in it. It's got taurine in it. It's got L-ornithine, and it's got alpha-lipoic acid, which again, the alpha-lipoic acid is an amino acid that's absolutely important. Now, when talking about detox, we actually have three other formulations that are absolutely phenomenal, okay? Now, if I were to distill detoxification down, I would say that these two are absolutely important. I would take the liver care one specifically, if it was me. If you can even see this, oh good. I didn't even have my camera on me because I don't care to look at myself while I'm podcasting. But the liver care, I would actually say do this like a spring cleaning, okay? Do it, 2, 3, 4 times a year, okay? Once a quarter or once every half year, right? So the liver care, I would take that, there's 120 capsules in it. I would take 4 a day to make it a 30-day supply and just take that for 1 month, wait a few months, right? 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, and then I would do it again. Our liver always needs to be cleansed and kept up to speed. Now, the glutathione, on the other hand, I would be taking nonstop throughout the years for the rest of my life, okay? Now, I don't currently take it. Why? Because I actually eat a very antioxidant lifestyle, okay? I eat tons of sprouts, okay? Not just broccoli sprouts. I mung bean and all sorts of other just crazy stuff, okay? I juice, okay? I sauna, I infrared sauna, okay? I do pulse electromagnetic frequency. There's a lot of things that I'm doing. So I'm not kind of the average Yogi Bear, right? I'm not the average bear here. But should I be? Absolutely. I don't see why it wouldn't hurt. And I'll probably start taking it today from here on out, because glutathione is absolutely critical and absolutely important, okay? Other things. Now, on top of that, if you were, and again, I'm never about money. If you wanted the best thing, do this. Do the glutathione. okay? Even better than that, grow your own sprouts. Grow your own broccoli sprouts and just eat the heck out of those, right? Wheatgrass as well, mung bean, all sorts of other amazing sprouts that there are, massively packed with phytonutrients and all sorts of other things, okay? So I would recommend, if you just had one thing you wanted to take, glutathione, boom. Maybe a quarterly to every half year liver cleanse, liver care, okay? But if you had money and you really were about addressing your root cause issues, okay? Again, I'm all about root cause resolution. Then I would go towards this following, okay? So I'm going to move these aside. I'm going to move these forward. Okay, now it's kind of a three-pronged approach. Two of them you're going to take at a time, okay? There's three in there, but two you're going to take at a time. So the one you're going to take all the time is Cell Defender, okay? Cell Defender, I'm going to go through what's in it, okay? Cell Repair is what I would, Cell Detox is what I would start with. So I would start with the Cell Detox and the Cell Defender, okay? The Cell Detox and the Cell Defender, okay? After I did that for the span of the Cell Detox bottle, I would then switch to the Cell Defender and the Cell Repair. Okay, then I'd go with these two. Okay, the Cell Defender I would take around the clock, kind of throughout this whole regimen, and the Cell Repair will repair those cells to get them back to their original, great, beautiful cellular form. Okay, and so if I were you, I'd probably do something like this. I'd take this for a month. So I'd take these two for a month. I would then take these two for the next month. Then I would take these two for the last month. Okay, and I would just keep rotating. So Cell Defender, Cell Detox for 1 month. Cell Defender, Cell Repair for 1 month. Cell Defender, Liver Care for 1 month. Like, no joke, this rotation, and then I just keep rotating like this. Okay, because this rotation right here would address a phenomenal amount of aging, a phenomenal amount of disease and toxicity in the body. This would put you in a really amazing spot. Now, obviously, I think you still need a multivitamin. Obviously, I still think you need a probiotic. Obviously, I still think you need essential fatty acids. Those I can't tell you to get rid of because those are absolutely critical. So, again, would I do this? 100%, okay? I am not afraid to do crazy stuff like this because it is so beneficial for life, okay? So let me go through Cell Defender, okay? Cell Defender has vitamin C, calcium, magnesium. Great. That's a great start, okay? In addition, it has what's called SFB. Now, this is our SFB and VinCare are registered trademarks, okay? But it's basically standardized fruit blend of grape, cranberry, pomegranate, blueberry, apple, bilberry, blackberry, raspberry, strawberry. Phenomenal, okay? It's also got curcuminoids in it, 95% from turmeric root extract. It's got green tea leaf extract, 50% EGCG, okay? Very important. That's the form of green tea that makes it work, okay? Resveratrol from 98% standardized, the root of it. Okay, it's got VinCare, which is a whole grape extract, and it's got BioPurine, which is black pepper. Okay, the black pepper that's in it helps certain things inside of this to absorb way better than it otherwise would. Okay, so Cell Defender, everyone, right? If we could just eat those things, you wouldn't need Cell Defender. Okay, if you could just eat the amount of nutrition that's in here in a supplement, then you wouldn't need to take this, obviously. Okay, so. But most people don't, and most people won't, okay? Now, in addition, okay, so the Cell Defender with the Cell Detox. Now, the Cell Detox, what it has is amino acids, okay? So it's got the calcium and magnesium in it, which is kind of the base of it, okay? And it's got amino acids, okay? Glycerin, L-phenylalanine, L-methionine, L-cysteine, two different forms of it, L-glutathione, L-aspartate, okay? Then it's got lipotropics in it, choline, inositol, ascorbyl palmitate, ascorbyl palmitate, vitamin C. Then it's got cofactors in it, okay? Now, these are Krebs salts for energy, okay? So it's got citrate, fumarate, malate, and succinate, okay? This is a phenomenal cell detox, okay? At the root of what this does, it makes the cells that your body needs to detox. It strengthens those cells, strengthens those livers, the liver, strengthens all the cells that basically deal with energy expenditure, with and with creating the cells that detox our body. Phenomenal, okay? Again, after I did that, I would go this way, okay? I do cell defender, which I already went through, and I do cell repair. Now, cell repair has quercetin, pomegranate juice powder, OPC, which is grapeseed extract, vegetable fiber, which is fiber, okay? Chlorophyll, turmeric, and magnesium. Now, this is the C16 and C18 magnesium, so it's a different form of magnesium that is absolutely wonderful and beneficial for the body. So again, the cell repair formula then rebuilds all the cells, strengthens the cell walls and cellular structures and things like that. So again, the cell detox builds the cells that helps our body to detox, strengthens all the cells in our body. And again, cells is the root cause of disease. So by detoxing them, by giving them what they need, okay? Again, with the cell defender with the cell, and then again, the cell defender with the liver care, okay? So this one has 180 tablets, okay? I would take 9 per day, okay? 6 per day. I apologize, 6 per day. Okay, I'd break that up: 2 in the morning, 2 at lunch, and 2 at dinner. Okay, so 6 a day would make that a 30-day supply. Okay, it's not going to hurt you. It's not overdoing anything. It's amino acids, which are the building blocks of life. With this supplement alone, you'd feel better. It's absolutely amazing. Okay, Cell Defender, okay, has 180 as well. I would take 6 per day. Okay, 2 for breakfast, 2 for lunch, 2 for dinner. Okay. Now, this one has 180 as well. So once you switch, you're just going to go, 6 tablets and 6 tablets, or capsules, okay? Then you switch 6 capsules, 6 capsules. Then you switch to this, which is 6 capsules and 4 capsules. So, again, sounds radical, sounds crazy, but I have had clients do radical things. Again, this isn't radical in like an extreme way that's going to hurt you. When I say radical, I mean things that most people don't do, okay? People that do these things get better quickly. They heal properly. They age slower, okay? Their telomeres grow, okay? You can grow your telomeres. It's proven. It's scientific, okay? So detoxification is absolutely critical and absolutely important, okay? I will go over the next long while how to detox through sauna, how to detox through fasting, okay, how to detox through phase 1 and phase 2 detoxification processes, how to detox more with food. But today I wanted to highlight how to detox with supplementation, okay, supplementation. So I hope that helps. I hope that wasn't confusing. I'll put some references in the links that you can follow. If you have any questions, drc@beyondhealth.com. Dr. C, DRC, as in cat, at beyondhealth.com. I'm here to help. I'm here to help coach, to help suggest, to help recommend, to point you in the right directions. I may not have all the answers, but I do know where to find the answers. And as always, guys, remember that Beyond Health is here for you, and we're here to make your life better. Thanks, guys. Have a great day. Bye.